how I would learn to become a Scrum Master in 2023 if I had to start all over again.
Hi folks, welcome back to the Everyday Agile YouTube channel with me, Geoff. If you're an organisation looking to experiment with Agile ways of working, it's probably a good idea to know where to start.
What is Agile methodology? Agile with a capital A was based on 4 values, 12 principles.
We've got to where we are by having those values and principles, practices that we've learned over time in place.
Hi everyone, Jack here from Everyday Agile, and in this video I'm going to be running through the 5 steps I would take if I was to start learning Scrum Mastery all over again, with the goal of ultimately becoming a Scrum Master within an organisation. There are 5 steps in which I'm going to take you through during this video, and they are: taking stock of your current situation, building a strong foundation, practice, 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 understanding the job market, and building an online presence. So let's start off with taking stock of your current situation. What is motivating you? Now, it could be money, and that is absolutely fine, but you've got to think a bit deeper than that. Think about your expectations for this new potential career. What do you want to achieve out of it? And ask yourself, what is your budget? And by budget, I don't just mean money. I mean, how much time are you willing or do you have available to invest in your learning? By taking stock of your current situation, you can start to have realistic goals and expectations. So moving on to building a strong foundation. As we know, we can't build a sustainable and long-lasting house on sand. And the same goes for this new career you have in mind. Scrum is only one of the frameworks within this Agile movement. So understanding and learning where Agile came from and how Scrum fits into this whole philosophy is going to stand you in good stead. You need to understand that Agile isn't just Scrum. You may have to borrow other people's experience if you have none. I would start by listening or watching the following 3 resources: the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, in which the host interviews someone from the Agile community every day for 5 days, covering topics such as their biggest challenge and how they got to the position they are now. Meaning you can hear real stories from people who have been there and done it and are currently working in the community you ultimately want to get into. The second resource I would start watching is Your Daily Scrum on YouTube. If you have a specific question around Agile or Scrum, I can almost guarantee this channel will have an answer. I'll link both of these resources in the description below. If you have some money to spend, then the go-to book for new Scrum Masters is Scrum Mastery by Geoff. Once again, I'll link this book in the description below, but this book will really bring to life the day-to-day activities of what a good Scrum Master looks like and what a great Scrum Master should be aspiring to. If you're going to invest in a course, then you have to reflect on your own learning style. If you want a deeper dive into the 2 most popular Scrum courses, then my previous video will help. But overall, my advice would be to research the trainer that is going to provide you with the best learning experience over the certification you're going to get at the end. Practice, practice, practice. For some people, putting their learnings into practice is going to be easier. For example, if you already work in the software development environment as a project manager, or let's say a UX designer, applying and incorporating the Scrum practices and some of the events is probably going to be slightly easier. However, this won't be the case for everyone. The only realistic way around this is to try and incorporate Scrum into your day-to-day life. And you may have to start thinking outside of the box. For example, there are many low or no code app builders out there where you could start building, refining, and visualizing a product backlog. If you think you're ready to take the next step and start applying this for customers, then sites like Upwork could be a great place to start. Looking for lower risk training opportunities like the one described here. These will give you the chance to put your learnings into practice. None of these ideas will be the same as working with a team, but trying to put your learning into practice will be essential to prove you know what you're talking about when the time comes. Understanding the job market. Folks, it is tough out there, especially at the moment, as the popularity of the Scrum Master accountability continues to rise. You have to be realistic when thinking about your competition. But by really focusing on the type of organization you want to work with will really stand you in good stead. It also goes back to the first point of assessing your current situation. A startup, for example, may be very chaotic and fast-paced. In a larger organization, you may have a bit more time to grow into the accountability. You may even have to start off in a role that you're not entirely happy with, working within the PMO, for example. The reality is that you're probably not going to be successful in the first job you apply for, but you can focus on searching for organizations that already have Scrum Masters or are already on their journey to an Agile transformation. When you feel like you're ready to start applying for these jobs, focus on quality, not quantity. If you apply for every single role out there, you may find yourself in a position where you become disheartened. Focus on the types of organization that you want to work for or with. Building an online presence. This one may be difficult for some, but building an online presence could get you in front of either recruiters or hiring managers that bit quicker. You don't need to go all in and start posting twice a day, every day, but even sharing your thoughts on an article, or if you're not comfortable with that, just sharing an article will start to build that habit up. Ultimately, you have to show people what is on the menu in order for them to order it. And by showing what you are learning to the rest of the community online in a way that you feel comfortable is only going to enhance your network and put your name at the forefront of people's minds. So there we have it. They are the 5 areas I would focus on if I was starting again as a Scrum Master in 2023. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.